Okay, so we are on page 117, line 242. Now all who heard cried out assent to this. The guest had spoken well. He must have passage. Then tipping wine, they drank their thirst away, and one by one went homeward for the night. So Lord Odysseus kept his place alone with Arete and the king Alcinous beside him, while the maids went to and fro, clearing away the wine cups and the tables. Presently the ivory-skinned lady turned to him, for she knew his cloak and tunic to be her own fine work done with her maids, and arrowy came her words upon the air. Okay, so now that everyone's cleared out, Arete, who has very clearly recognized that the cloak he's wearing is something she made herself, shoots out arrowy words and basically is saying, "Who are you? I don't believe your story." Odysseus has got to talk fast because remember, Arete is the one who rules the roost here. And so she wants to know what's really going on. "Friend, I, for one, have certain questions for you. Who are you, and who has given you this clothing? Did you not say you wandered here by sea?" The great tactician carefully replied, "Ah, Majesty, what labor it would be to go through the whole story, all my years of misadventures given by those on high. But this you ask about is quickly told. In mid-ocean lies Ogygia, the island haunt of Calypso, Atlas's guileful daughter, a lovely goddess and a dangerous one. No one, no god or man consorts with her, but supernatural power brought me there to be her solitary guest. For Zeus let fly with his bright bolt and split my ship, rolling me over in the wine dark sea. There all my shipmates' friends were drowned, while I hung on the keel board of the wreck and drifted 9 full days. Then in the dead of night the gods brought me ashore upon Ogygia into her hands. The enchantress in her beauty fed and caressed me, promised me I should be immortal, youthful all the days to come. But in my heart I never gave consent. Those 7 years detained. Okay, that's an important little fact to know. He was 7 years with Calypso. So that accounts for quite a bit of the time. 9 years fighting in Troy, now 7 years with Calypso. He's basically not coming home for 20 years. So we've got 16 years where we know what happened. We have a few more years to account for. Immortal clothing I had from her and kept it wet with tears. Then came the 8th year on the wheel of heaven, and word to her from Zeus, or a change of heart, so that she now commanded me to sail, sending me out to sea on a craft I made with timber and tools of hers. So did he stay 8 years, or did he get away in the 8th year? Kind of fuzzy there. That's okay. We don't need to know exactly, but 7 to 8 years with her. She gave me stores, victuals, and wine, a cloak divinely woven, and made a warm land breeze come up astern. 17 days I sailed in the open water before I saw your country's shore, a shadow upon the sea rim. Then my heart rejoiced, pitiable as I am, for blows aplenty awaited me from the god who shakes the earth. Cross gales he blew, making me lose my bearings, and heaved up seas beyond imagination, huge and foundering seas. All I could do was hold hard, groaning under every shock, until my craft broke up in the hurricane. I kept afloat and swam your sea, or drifted, taken by wind and current to this coast, where I went in on big swells running landward. But cliffs and rock shoals made that place forbidding, so I turned back, swimming offshore, and came in the end to a river, to auspicious water, with smooth beach and a rise that broke the wind. I lay there, where I fell, till strength returned. Then sacred night came on, and I went inland to high ground in a leaf bed in a thicket. Heaven sent slumber in an endless tide, submerging my sad heart among the leaves. That night and next day's dawn and noon I slept. The sun went west, and then sweet sleep unbound me. When I became aware of maids, your daughters, playing along the beach, the princess too, most beautiful, I prayed her to assist me, and her good sense was perfect. One could hope for no behavior like it from the young, thoughtless as they most often are. But she gave me good provender and good red wine, a river bath, and finally this clothing. There is the bitter tale. These are the facts. So, in case you missed something because you had to run out and use the bathroom again, basically a recap of what had happened in book 5 and 6. So, sometimes you don't need to read. Haha, no, just kidding, you do. In reply, Alcinous observed, Friend, my child's good judgment failed in this, not to have brought you in her company home. Once you approached her, you became her charge. So dad is saying, hey, well, she made one mistake. She should have brought you home. To this, Odysseus tactfully replied, Sir, as to that, you should not blame the princess. She did tell me to follow with her maids, but I would not. I felt abashed and feared the sight would somehow ruffle or offend you. All of us on this earth are plagued by jealousy. So basically, Odysseus said, Well, I didn't want to get her in trouble, so I wouldn't follow. Alcinous's answer was a declaration. Friend, I am not a man for trivial anger, better a sense of measure in everything. No anger here. I say that if it should please our father Zeus, Athena, and Apollo, seeing the man you are, seeing your thoughts, are my own thoughts, my daughter should be yours, and you my son-in-law if you remained. So basically, he's saying, hey, I'd love to have you as my son-in-law, but, if you have to get back home, I'm going to make sure you get there. But hey, you sure you don't want to stay? A home, land, riches you should have from me, if you could be contented here. If not, by Father Zeus, let none of our men hold you. On the contrary, I can assure you now of passage late tomorrow. While you sleep, my men will row you through the tranquil night to your own land and home, or where you please. It may be even far beyond Euboea, called most remote by seamen of our isle, who landed there, conveying Rhadamanthus when he saw Tityus, the son of Gaia. They put about with neither pause nor rest, and entered their home port the selfsame day. But this you too will see, what ships I have, how my young oarsmen send the foam a-scudding. Now joy welled up in the patient lord Odysseus, who said devoutly in the warmest tones, O Father Zeus, let all this be fulfilled as spoken by Alcinous. Earth of harvest, remember him. Return me to my homeland. In this manner they conversed with one another, but the great lady called her maids and sent them to make a kingly bed with purple rugs piled up and sheets outspread and fleecy coverlets in an eastern colonnade. The girls went out with torches in their hands, swift at their work of bed making. Returning, they whispered at the lord Odysseus' shoulder, Sir, you may come. Your bed has been prepared. How welcome the word bed came to his ears. Now then, Odysseus laid him down and slept in luxury under the porch of morning, while in his inner chamber Alcinous retired to rest, where his dear consort lay. So we end with everybody just heading off to bed, Arete, Alcinous, and Odysseus. And that is the end of book 7. So we had our firelight, we had our gardens. There we go.